Ladies and gents, what is going on everyone? I hope you guys are having a good day. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Dreams of Another. Now, before we get started with this, I do want to let you guys know that I did get a code for this game. This is a PSVR 2 game, but I no longer have a PSVR 2. I've got an Oculus now. That's usually where I play all of my VR games. So I played this like a very regular person on a regular screen with a regular controller, right? So those are the opinions that you're going to get from me. I have seen people starting to post that they did have the VR experience. So if you want to get more in-depth views on that, definitely go and check out those videos as well. But with that said, we're going to start off with the basics as we always do. The game, once again, is called Dreams of Another. It is priced at $34.99. It is published by Q Games Limited, and it took me about 7 hours to beat. And I have to be honest with you guys, that those were the longest 7 hours in my most recent gaming history. I literally had to force myself to finish this game, and we'll talk about that here in a sec. So, the big concept of this game is that there is no creation without destruction, because destruction is by no means an end. And that's a real cool idea. Like I enjoy that idea. I enjoyed the visuals of this game whenever they first showed it at one of those indie game fest. Maybe it was a PS Fest thing. But whenever I first saw it, I'm like, I definitely want to play this game. I love the visuals. And I'll often do that with indie games. I either pick indie games based on their weird, ridiculous mechanics. I will choose them based on art style or cool visuals like this one. Or sometimes I'll just pick some based on like the weird name, because you know it's going to be weird. For example, I most recently picked up Baby Steps, and that's been a weird, dumb indie game that I'm actually enjoying. Now, this one, again, I picked up, or I actually got a code for it, but I wanted to play it because of the visuals, and I thought it looked cool. I thought the concept was cool, right? However, that quickly becomes a kind of boring thing, because everything in the game is actually already created. The only thing is you get this like bokeh effect where things are kind of blurry and bubbly, and you just take your SMG, which you have with you in your dream for some reason, and you just shoot things in order to bring them more into focus. Now, that quickly becomes hold trigger to shoot and force your way through the level. For me at least, it became boring within the first half hour. And again, I'm sad to say that, because you don't ever want to make videos like this. You don't ever want to play bad games or anything like that, right? And I'm not saying this game is bad, just not my taste so far, right? Now, beyond that, everything's already there. You're just kind of holding down the trigger. The game is also kind of depressing, guys. The voiceover is very slow and very depressing in my opinion, and that might be because of translation, but also it kind of just feels like AI voice work with no real inflection, and it makes it hard to care about what anyone or anything says. And I say anything because everything in this game is trying to either teach you a lesson or just share their problems with you. From the few characters that you actually do interact with, to chairs, tables, swings, slides, weeds, like just actual grass and flowers will talk to you, but it's so slow. It's so, in some cases, very depressing, right? Like there was this door that was like, oh, I don't care if I exist, I'm here, and that's what I was meant for. And it kind of reminds me of like a Eeyore type thing from like the Winnie the Pooh things.
We're moving soon, so I'm telling you to pack up your stuff.
I don't want to go home because you guys keep fighting. I don't want to move in the first place.
You're always wandering off and never coming home. I keep telling you. Did you tell the girl that you always play with that you're moving away?
Shut up, Mom.
Just very slow and kind of depressing, and it just makes the game that much harder to kind of push through. And again, it took me 7 hours to beat, and I forced my way in there. I was sure I was going to get the platinum, which we'll talk about here towards the end. Now, beyond that, the stories are also weird because, again, this is dreams of another, right? So you're in somebody else's dreams, you're trying to put together stories, but you'll start off at the very beginning in one story, and you'll work your way partway through it, and then you'll get pulled out and thrown into some other dream where you have like a completely different story, but you're going to work your way through that. And then that'll happen again to a third or fourth dream. And then once you're in the fourth dream, you get partway through it and you get brought back to the first dream where you left off in the first one and continue the story that way. So it's really hard to keep up with what the actual storyline is and actually care about anything, because again, everything is so discombobulated and everything wants to talk to you, but you're just kind of pushing your way forward through the entire game. Now, I did try to look for some perks, right? So you shoot everything with an SMG that you start off with. I don't know why you have it. That's just the thing that you use to bring the world back together, right? But eventually, the soldier that's following you around in the game, and you'll know what I talk about if you choose to pick this up, but he will give you some upgrades. So there was some upgrades. Eventually, you get some grenades, you get a rocket launcher, you get stuff like that. And the only thing that these things really do is that they're more powerful than the small bullets you're shooting from your SMG, so they will help you bring more into focus areas quicker, right? Some bigger areas will come into focus quicker if you're using grenades and stuff like that. But even that just becomes throw grenade or shoot RPG and bring world together so that you can push forward. That's pretty much it. And then beyond that, the speed of the game, oh my god, the speed of the game, in my opinion, was way too slow. Now, I come from shooters and I do play like other indie games that are much more fast-paced, and I guess because this is a dream, you start off moving slow. Now, there are upgrades to your sprint feature, which I think I got like 4 of, but even at the top speed that I could move in the game by the very end, it still sent super slow. Your top speed is boring, and that is not good. And even at your top speed, you're having to like just push forward throughout the game. And was pretty much my entire experience with the game. Like I really wanted to like this. I love the concept behind there is no creation without destruction. I love the concept behind the visuals of this game, but there was nothing besides that to get me through to the end except for sheer willpower, guys. I pushed myself through this game, and I had talked about a platinum earlier. I finished this game with literally 2 trophies that seem like they should be easy to get, and I don't think I'm gonna go back and get this platinum. I don't think I can force myself to go back into the game for these 2 trophies that I need for the platinum. So that's my personal experience with the game. I never want to make a video like this, and I'm not talking about particularly for this game, but nobody ever sets out to make a video like this. I always want to praise indie games. I want to promote indie games and stuff like that, but this was just so slow and so monotonous for myself that I just can't find anything special about it, and that kills me. So again, these are just my opinions. I played it regularly. There is a VR version of it. I highly suggest you go and check out what VR players have to say about this game, but just the concept was maybe too far out there, and it wasn't ready for the game that they actually put out. So that's my opinions on Dreams of Another on PlayStation 5. Again, this is a VR game. I did not play it in VR. Definitely go and check that out if you guys are interested in it, but I just had to put my thoughts out there. You guys let me know what you think about the game, and I guess that's it. We will have more awesome indie games to promote to you guys very soon. I hope you guys will enjoy those, but definitely go and check out Dreams of Another for yourself. Tell me if you guys agree or disagree with me in the comments, and I will see you on the next video.